So we're looking at this beautiful drawing by Leonardo. I think it's called Angel and 3/4 or something like that, if you ever want to look it up again. And it's a very famous one to study because, like we talked about, how much structure is being shown here, especially in how this drawing is shaded. It's very beautiful. So I'm going to start the same way. I'm going to start with this nice, loose sketching just to get, I want the shape of the face and I want the rest of the cranium. Neck. Ear. Just kind of blocking that in. She's turning her head. This is her back. And her shoulder like that. She's looking back at you. Okay, so just blocking it in. You can see it's very much, I've approached it like an egg. Just keep things very simple. Now I'm going to the center of the face, splitting that up. That's my reference point for the top of the head. And now I'm going to just start blocking in the levels of the features. This is going to be the brow, bottom of the nose, lips. Just kind of roughly setting that in. Now let's get some rhythm chart in here. Before I do that, I want to block in the hair as well. Sometimes we don't put enough emphasis on the importance that the hair is giving to a drawing, right? It's adding more to the back of the skull. Looks like she has like a, what do you call that? Like a kerchief on or something. So I would block that in sooner rather than later. Okay, here we go. Rhythm chart. So cranium. I'm going to go really light on these lines because they're going to disappear as I develop the drawing. Nose, lips, chin, eyeball. Now here's where it's going to get a little tricky. Eyeball, zygomatic, side of the head. So if that's feeling way too clustered and a mess, you can slowly go through one or two features at a time. I'm just like kind of tossing it all on here so you can see it in action. Now I'm going to start straightening this out. I'm really starting my drawing here. I want to really figure out the brow. Oh, I didn't even put the brow. That's why I'm going straight there. Yeah, let's figure out this nose going into the brow. So I'm going to be more careful and slow with this. You can generalize at the beginning. You can say, okay, well, it's roughly this angle. Here you can see, look at how beautiful this rhythm is taking into, see that? That's from the line of the cranium. Okay, and then this is going to be going this direction, like so. Sphere of the nose, bottom plane of the nose. And so remember, everyone, this would be the rhythm line coming across. I'm not going to draw that because we want that to stay nice and soft. If I put a big dark line there, it's not going to look good. All right, now let's tackle the eyes. I'm going to give a little bit of face here, though. Okay, let's say like that. Let me just check my proportions here. I might have to shrink down the forehead. I can come back to that. Okay. Blocking in the lips. All right, let's see what I can do with these eyes. There's the eyeball. Here is the corner, inside corner of the eye, and I'm going to come up and around that form. Same with the bottom lid. Something like that. Here comes the iris. And this, remember, this is how we started, right? So this upper part of the eyeball is the eyelid. Like so. There's one, and now let's do the other one. So normally this would be really tricky to do. This is a really tricky angle on this side, but we have the tools we need to approach this. Always remember, this is an eyeball. So from any angle, it's going to be the same. So I'm going to kind of reiterate, okay, there's the eyeball. Now, I'm looking off of how he's, the proper angle, how this is being viewed. I see the edge of the eyelid here, and then it's wrapping around like this, and then on the bottom it's doing that as well. But it's getting a little bit heavier on this side, so you can really see that it's turning. Here comes the iris. See? Not so bad. And now I just got to build around it because it's not properly in. It'd be like, I'm looking at how he's doing this. This is the upper eye socket. Let's make this line a little bolder so we can see that clearer. And then this is going around on the other side like that. And he's adding some really great cast shadows. If ever things are looking really strange in that eye, or eyes in general, just make sure you have the proper cast shadows, because that eyelid is going to cast onto the eye. Something like that. Okay, so there come the eyes. Get some brows. She has those really delicate Renaissance brows. I'm going to shrink this a little bit. So always be ready to do adjustments. Nothing is set until you really put that line on there. Here's a good area to show you as well. Here around the mouth, when we are in 3/4, let me use my little sculpture to show you this. So when we're in 3/4, you can see this little bump right here around the lip. See where my finger is? I'm pushing in here. That is orbicularis oris. And when that's in profile, we do tend to see a little bump right here. And you can see it ever so subtle right here. You might see it on some other master drawings. I'm just going to exaggerate it on here so you can see it a little bit better. I'm just going to come out a little bit right here. Really, really subtle. Like that.
And that's right at the lip?
That's the muscle around the lip. And then here's the nose. Bottom plane of the nostril is here. He's got a little cast shadow, like so. So I'm still adjusting. You see how now I need to kind of shift the back of the head a little bit. Let's see if I can fix it. I love these little lines here he does to just kind of soften out the profile, because it was kind of harsh before. And now what's really getting this softness is how the shadows are. So I'll just block in the shadows for you a little bit as well. Here we have this core shadow. We have, so we're being lit from this side. That eye has that wonderful core shadow coming all the way down here. And this whole brow, a little darker here. Over the nostril. And then here comes this really intense core shadow. And part of the magic of this drawing is how he opens up this line here. He just shades all of this across. So right along that zygomatic arch rhythm, all this is coming into a core shadow, cast shadow, core shadow. Are there any questions so far?
No, but I'm sure when we start doing them.
Yeah.
Like, how do you do the eyes again?
Yeah, so we'll get into the individual features next week. We go one step at a time. But if you have some, if you have some experience drawing the face, you can.
These rhythms extend to the individual features, like the nose and lips, they are there like rhythm charts.
They're planes. They're definitely planes. Yeah, smaller planes to be aware of. And I'll show that next week as well. Okay, so I want you all to work from a drawing. Don't work from the photos, because